Hey, Crystal Maiden here. I'm kind of surprised that I'm actually doing this game, but, because since when do I ever do any Mario games on this channel? But this is the first game that I ever played, so it has a lot of importance to me. And thankfully I've got some trivia to cover, and a lot of glitches. There's a lot of glitches, so while I was worried about whether I would have enough to say, there is a lot to say on this game, especially in the glitches department. Man, this game was released in 1990. I wasn't even born until 1997. If you collect that coin on the if you press A at the exact specific frame that's correct, then you'll have the star coin when you start a new file. I tried to do it, but I couldn't because apparently it's very frame specific. But yeah, it's in Dinosaur Land. It's actually not in the Mushroom Kingdom this time. So right away that's unique right off the bat. Although aside from the worlds being named after like foods for no reason at all, it doesn't actually matter. So like it doesn't really matter, but at least they tried. Yeah, that's the first appearance of I guess they're called the bonsai bills are probably the big ones, and the bullet bills are the small ones. I'm not nearly as familiar with Mario as with Sonic, of course, and Zelda. And that's also the first appearance of the dinosaur enemies that you jump on them and they get smaller with one hit. I think they're called the Rexes. And if you collect 5 of the star coins, then you're gonna get an extra life. But unless it's the Game Boy Advance version, you're not going to find 5 star coins in every level. And in fact, only the Game Boy Advance version actually lets you... only the Game Boy Advance version saves the fact that you've even collected 5 star coins in a level at all. It actually rewards you getting all the star coins by showing you this cutscene where Mario is like showered in them. But yeah, I mean this of course this isn't the first introduction of the Fire Flower power-up. It's a mainstay in Mario franchise. I think this is the first introduction of I think this is the only example where you jump into the gold tape while it's moving, and the higher it is, the more points you'll get. And there's a special reward for getting 100 points. But yeah, the levels in this game are pretty easy in general. There's not usually a lot to say about them. I know that if you're riding Yoshi and you're in that small little slit in the ground where the bonsai bill passes through, it'll pass through Yoshi's head. And that room full of coins was totally pointless and padding. But, like, see that corner there on the left side of the screen? They have a invisible sprite, like, block there. And you can use a glitch to make Yoshi eat it, so it looks glitchy. And I believe, like, if you're the wrong power-up, that'll crash the game. But yeah, like, the yellow switch, obviously, it turns all of the yellow dotted blocks into yellow blocks that you can stand on, and you get a mushroom from them if you hit them. So that's pretty pointless, because the game is so easy that it doesn't really matter. But I do appreciate that it's easy. And this is Yoshi, who actually talks in his first appearance. And he's the source of the most glitches in the game. Like, when I was a kid, I discovered for myself that there's a glitch where if you can eat berries incorrectly, so that they think that it looks like they're staying there, but they're actually not able to be interacted with. I really hate that there are pipes that you can't go into. I mean, that's such a waste of development time, and it's so confusing to the players. I mean, imagine if there's a huge amount of pipes. It would take forever to check all of them. You know, to make sure that you don't miss a pipe that leads into a secret area. But yeah, if you eat enough berries, then you get a mushroom as a reward. And at least the red berries. I like this room. Though it's unintuitive which one has the one-up mushroom. It's basically trial and error figuring that out. I love that the piranha plants are so unique in this game. Like, they jump out of the pipes and fly upwards instead of actually, like, being like normal piranha plants. I love that this game has such uniqueness to it. Like, the charging chucks and clapping chucks have never been in a Mario game before this point. I was using a GameCube controller to play this game on the Wii. So, at first, like, I kept alternating between the tiny control pad that can accidentally press down by accident, and the analog stick, which is gigantic compared to, D-pad, or at least it feels gigantic. So it was harder to control this game than it would be if I had been able to play and record it on a Super Nintendo, or especially a GBA. I'm really good at the game on the GBA. Like, I managed to get to World 5 without ever getting hit. Or at least, like, World 4's castle. But yeah, this is the introduction of the platforms that spin around when you're on them. I almost dropped into the pit earlier than I should have, but fortunately I didn't do that. You can use the R button to scroll the screen left and right. And I was trying to scroll it down, but I guess I forgot how to do that because it's been forever since I played this game. Yeah, I love that you can flip the shells upside down. It's pointless, but it's a nice touch. But yeah, Yoshi is pretty self-explanatory. You press R and you press L. No, it's been forever since you press the Y button, obviously, which is the same button that you use to run, so you're always going to be holding the Y button. You press the Y button to make him stick out his tongue. So if you want him to stick out his tongue, then you have to, well, you don't have to stop running, but you will lose your momentum. And it also means that if you want to start running, then you're guaranteed to make him stick out his tongue when you don't want to when you're riding Yoshi. There is a one-up mushroom here, like above the camera, but like I saw someone get it, but I don't know how you're supposed to get it because, well, I guess you have to inch forwards a little at a time and jump every single time you can. But I didn't have the motivation to do that. I don't know how you're supposed to know how to get that because it's off camera. Like, this is a level that doesn't have the screen scroll upwards. So that's kind of unfair. But yeah, like, see, the water is all transparent. I love that glitch. That is the best glitch ever. Like, you can actually eat most of the Poke's heads in, like, 2, like, tongue outs. I don't really remember the games after this very well, but I have a feeling that they got rid of that glitch, and that's really stupid because that's such a quick way to get rid of the Pokes. And you can actually kill them, you can actually attack them with a P-switch, but it's extremely hard to do, because it wasn't intended by the game. You have to be really close up to them. I never tried it for myself, I just watched someone else do it. Obviously, the star makes you invincible, and it only lasts for a certain amount of time. And it's good that the music for the star makes it obvious when it's about to run out. I was too lazy to hit every single one of these hint boxes. I mean, even if I did hit them all, I would just instantly press A to get rid of them anyway, so you'd have to pause the video to read all of them. I just didn't care enough to do that. I really hate that he gets off Yoshi when he goes into haunted houses and castles. That's so arbitrary. At least this game is still better than the later Mario games. Well, 1, because it actually controls well, and 2, because it, like in the later Mario games, You're not allowed to bring Yoshi into every single level you want. He loses it after he beats the level. And that's really stupid. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. That destroys the point of bringing him back, almost. But this game handles Yoshi perfectly. Aside from the fact he doesn't have a flutter jump. But yeah, you hold up to climb on those things. And it actually saves you the pain of having to hold the run button all the time, because holding the run button doesn't make you go any faster when you're on those things. The auto-scrolling levels couldn't be more boring if they tried. Well, actually they could, because they could get rid of the coins that at least give you something to do, but well, obviously collecting 100 coins gives you an extra life, but I don't see the point. I already had 17 lives. The only reason I didn't already beat this boss was because I wanted to show off this. This is a glitch. See how glitched that sprite is? If you slide into those things by holding down, then you kill them when you're not supposed to. And the amount of points you get when you beat a stage is determined by how fast you beat it. And nothing else. I just realized that that is so much better than how Sonic does it. It doesn't care how many coins you collected. It doesn't care how many enemies you beat either. I can understand the rings thing because, like, you get hit, then you lose rings, and so you're not as good at the game, but who cares how many enemies you beat? I don't know why you can't just save whenever you want, but whatever. This game's easy, so it doesn't really matter that you have to beat a world or a haunted house to save, but it's still extremely archaic. But yeah, these are called Super Koopas, and you can only get the cape from the red ones. The cape is extremely broken. You'll hold left. You keep pressing left to fly after you. The thing I hate about the cape is that when you're running and you jump and you hold down the jump button like you always do, then if you were running fast enough, then you're forced to start flying against your will, even if you don't want to. So I considered not even using the cape except to show it off one time, but I decided not to do that because holding the jump button when you're falling decreases the speed at which you're falling, which makes it easier to platform. And I'm gonna need that because I'm using the control stick and the control pad on the GameCube controller. You're probably wondering why the hell I backtracked from the bonus stage. Well, that's because I almost forgot to show off this. Also, it's been a while since I played this game, so I accidentally had it too far to the left. But anyways, if you do this, then you're always guaranteed to get a 1-up after clearing a row. It takes forever, and of course you don't need 1-ups in this game because the game's so easy. Compared to Mario 3, which is too hard for my liking. But yeah, like I love that there's a way to cheat the bonus game. That's awesome. Every game should have a way to cheat its minigame. It's how are you supposed to know that though? But yeah, like if you watch a video, you can find out how to do it though. And if you collect a power-up when you already have the power-up, and your power-up slot is full, obviously, all you do is get points, that's it. Points are completely pointless. And this is an extremely boring room. On the floor of this room, there's, like, towers of coins that you can collect, of varying sizes. It doesn't matter much, though. I mean, I'm already at 23 lives. And there's a way to get max lives in this game. There's multiple ways, actually. So yeah, it's just a game to relax with. Like, it's not a game that's gonna stress you out playing it. One complaint I have, though, is that I tend to run ahead, like, sporadically. Because you're trapped at the center of the camera, just like in Sonic. And it forced me to go to the left when I bounced off that thing. I didn't want to do that. But anyways, you're trapped in the center of the camera, so if you just keep running ahead, then you're going to run into something or run off the edge. So I'm just running ahead and then stopping with running a little. And just running ahead and slowing down over and over again. Like, just to make sure.